Alright, so we worked all night last night. I worked third shift. I'm sure I've said that in some of my other videos. I finally got around to doing some work to Red Rebel. We got the parts truck here. It's my replacement front fender and replacement bumper. Now granted, it's not the sport bumper. And I hate the fact that it's not the sport bumper. But I paid $200 for this whole entire truck, and I've already sold almost $200 worth of parts off of it. I sold the doors off of it and the front hub assembly with the axle and all that over here. And then I got a guy coming to buy the whole entire truck the way it sits for 150 bucks. So basically, I got all the parts I needed to fix Red Rebel for free. And it's covering the cost of my brand new aftermarket headlights that I got. Not to mention, I got a fresh rear axle. This rear axle supposedly was just rebuilt not that long ago. So I'm going to swap this axle into Red Rebel and take Red Rebel's rear axle, which is clunking, and put it in this truck. And then this guy's going to tow this thing out of here. Now, we have Red Rebel tore apart. Here's the front bumper, front fender, inner fender well, or plastic inner fender well, the busted ass headlight, and there he is in pieces. Now, a lot of people say that taking these front fenders off of these things is a nightmare because the inner fender, as you can see, is attached to the outer fender. In all actuality, it wasn't that bad. With just some simple hand tools, not even a bunch of different sockets, just some deep well 6-point sockets, and my cordless impact, I had this thing tore apart in about an hour, maybe even less. And that's including taking the front bumper off. These things are actually extremely easy to work on. I wouldn't say that it was that difficult. The next is the passenger side front fender needs to come off, which should be a lot easier because it doesn't have all of this stuff. Now, a lot of people would say, you know, I should have taken all this stuff off correctly, but you know what? It's fine. It can hang there. It's not a big deal. The truck's not going nowhere, so it makes it a lot easier. All I gotta do is just slap the front fender on. Now, whoever installed this visor on the front here, kind of, I don't really like the way they ran these wires. I personally would have ran them around the other side and then through this hole, and I would have put some of this black wire loom stuff on it. But it really wasn't that bad to do. The front fender, as you can see, even though I smashed it, and I was upset when I did, was completely rotted out. There was nothing left of it. It was junk. So, not a huge loss. I needed to replace the front fender anyways. This one, as you can see, got a small scuff right here and a little bit of rust down there in the bottom. But, considering the shape that this one was in, and the fact that, I'll show you over here, my front fender flare is still intact. It didn't get broken. So, the front fender flare will cover up the rust on the bottom of that fender. And then the passenger side fender on this thing's just as bad. It's rotted out to the hilt back here. I don't know if you can see. I'm sure you can see all the bubbling and stuff. So we're going to put the passenger side front fender off of that truck on here too. Now, they're the same color, so I don't have to worry about painting it. All I got to do is buff it and wax it, and we're good to go. So, stay tuned. We got a lot more coming for this guy. I'm going to throw a set of shorty headers on it real quick too while I have it tore apart. So, stay tuned. Taking these manifolds off ain't going to be easy. It's going to be a bitch. I'm probably going to have to cut them off. So, again, stay tuned, guys. We got a lot more coming.